fully automated conductor, GTX 2007 XL, also lovingly known as the Gina Larson Cyber Conductor. Gina is easily operated with this remote control. We have the standard functions such as play, pause, and stop. And play. As a background at dinner parties, or a little louder for the somewhat hearing impaired. Also very useful is the mute function. And stop. And play. Is it not to your liking? How about the flatliner? How about we also have a slow motion rewind function. As well as fast forward. Pause. How about ultra speed fast forward? All right, last but not least, I've got a quality setting. Setting number 1, the bad conductor.
With me! No, look! With me! Be with me! Be with me! Come on, watch! Be with me! Yes, thank you. I'll try it like this. 1, 2, 1, pa 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 pa. And if that doesn't work, then I'll try 1, 2, 3, 4, pum 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 pum. And if that doesn't work, I'll go 4, 5, pum pum pum, 4, 5, pum pum pum. And if that doesn't work, I'll just go hide in the bathroom. 4, 5. 4, 5. 4, 5. Yes, that was already much better.
Now, setting number 2, the mean conductor?
That was the worst thing I've ever heard. Flutes, you two. Do it again. That was even worse than the first time. Do you have ears in that head of yours? Do it again. Sit up. Squatting. But better. Cleaner. Faster. Better.
about the normal conductor setting?
So if you haven't noticed, this is not going to be a normal concert. I saw that Cyberconductor skit, several years ago, and always thought it would be on the right moment. It would be a fun thing to do. If you notice, we have some special guests coming up to join us. Secret Heart, I've gotten to be fortunate to work with them a little bit this year with their jazz band. And talking with Mrs. Pepin, they had been working on this Beetlejuice song a little bit with them. And I thought, that would be great for our Pops concert. And she says, well, you can do it. And it's because Beetlejuice is a kind of a comedy film and whatever, so it fit along with our theme. And we decided, well, why not let any of the middle schoolers who've been working on it come play with us also. So I don't know exactly how many, but there's 12 or so, 7th and 8th graders from Sacred Heart joining us on this. So Beetlejuice, if you don't know, originally came out in 1988. Several famous actors, Michael Keaton played Beetlejuice, etc. And it's whimsical, they kind of go in the underworld and all of that. And so this is soundtrack music that was originally from the 88 film, but also reimagined for the one that just came out this last year. so the next piece that we're going to play for you is a revisit from a piece we did 4 years ago, my first year here when the seniors were freshmen. Some of you may remember it was called First Concerto, or Concerto for Faculty and Band. Perfect for this sort of a concert. So we are doing the second Concerto for Faculty and Band. And under great expense, I have hired in some professional players for you. So, second Concerto. All right. So we have one more song for you tonight. But before we play that, we are going on a trip. So I've sent an email out about that. So if you've not checked your email, please do that. You'll start to see more and more emails regarding the trip. The trip is scheduled for May 26th through the 31st. And we're probably going to get back either late evening of the 30th or kind of like early morning the 31st. So a couple things with that. Please be willing to help out when we do any fundraiser sort of stuff, but also I need help organizing that because it's a lot of work for one person to plan a whole trip and all that. So a few of you have reached out. I would like to talk to those people really quickly after the concert, but anyone else that's interested in helping organize the trip, we'll meet right down here right after the concert. And then the other thing that we have coming up is, if you remember, everybody except for probably the freshmen parents, is that we hosted solo and ensemble contests last year. We were the most successful site in the state, so they begged us to do it again. They were very nice to us though this year that they split the site in half because it was so big that some of the schools had to drive really far and whatnot. So, but we are hosting that again, and so if you helped out with that, or freshman parents, it takes a lot of work to do it. All the students are required to work a shift, and then it takes some parent help as well, because, or adult help, because the centers where they actually perform, it is not allowed to have a student be a manager of that center, so we have to have a parent in at least every performing center. Warm-up rooms can get away with having student help, so be looking for emails about that as well. That's the last weekend in March. So the last piece we're going to play for you, if you notice, has a really rather interesting title. It's called The Great Rubber Chicken Galop. So you're going to guess that a certain thing is going to come, and don't give it away yet, I heard back there. However, one instrument I do want to point out is we have something called the siren whistle. And Brooke, I think, is playing that. Brooke, will you show them what the siren whistle sounds like? Maybe? So that'll show up in here. So this piece is a whole lot of fun. There'll be kind of a little twist right at the end, but the Great Rubber Chicken Galop. So if you've not gotten your weapon, students, go ahead and get that out. Secrets out of the bag, I guess.